Jocko, Echo. Tough versus smart. So wait, what is this? Do you think is this like? Is it better to be tough than smart, or just in general? Like,
well, you just read the question as it was stated. It just said topic for podcast: tough versus smart. And in my opinion, I don't think you need to be tough versus smart. I don't think it needs to be tough or smart. I think you need to be tough and smart.
Right.
I don't think those two traits are mutually exclusive at all. Mm-hmm. And being tough and being smart is actually what we want. So when we think of tough, I think we think of using blunt force to solve a problem. Right. And you might think that using blunt force to solve a problem is stupid. And at the same time, you might think that stepping back from a problem and taking a look or stepping back away from it might be giving up. So you're weak. Or you're not tough. But there are times when those options are the best options. There's sometimes when blunt force is the best option. And you just got to power through, and you got to be tough, and you got to get over the hurdle or over the obstacle or through the obstacle through blunt force trauma. And there's other times where the best possible thing you could do is step back and quit beating your head against the wall and trying to blunt force through something. You want to step back and find another way. You want to be smarter, not harder. And I think, again, this comes out to balance. And people pushing when it's a good time to push and a good time to be tough, and at the same time knowing that you need to balance that with being smart. And the only way you're going to be able to do that, the only way you're going to be able to figure out if you're just being too smart or not smart enough or too tough or not tough enough is to be able to detach and step back and look and assess the situation. If you get too in the weeds on it, you won't be able to see that, hey, you've beat your head against the wall 47 times. That's enough. Stop. Step back and find another way. Mm-hmm. Just like if you're so engrossed in solving the problem and finding the perfect solution and finding the least impact way through the smartest resolution, if you don't step back from that, you might not see that if you wait any longer on your brilliant plan, you're going to be overrun by the problem itself. So being smart and being tough are not mutually exclusive. You need to be both. And the way that you balance them is by stepping back, detaching, and always doing an assessment of what's happening.
So what if you had to choose, and I'm going to make the question even harder, no specific scenario. What if you had to choose? You got to be either really smart but not tough, or really smart, or really tough and not smart. What would you choose?
Unfortunately, you have to go with being smarter.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
why
just
is that
the
unfortunate?
fact. It's not unfortunate, but it's just the reality is being smarter is better.
Yeah.
Because being smarter means you can find another solution.
Yep.
But, the wall that you might be banging your head against might literally be impassable through that section.
Yep.
And if all you're going to do is beat your head against it, eventually you're gonna not make it and you're going to die.
Yeah.
So being smart is always better.
Yeah. And I guess I should add it just in life. Let's say, the question I was wondering is, like, in life, God was there and he said, okay, I'm going to bestow one of these on you in your life. You can either have a knack for being really smart, but not tough at all, or really tough and not be smart. Smart because
I shouldn't even be like making this like this is a hard decision. Right. Being smarter is better.
Yeah.
being smarter is better. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. Being smarter is better. But by the way, being smarter, look at the human race. Why do we rule the world over the animals? I mean, you tell me that you're tougher than a chimpanzee?
Well, me,
no.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Right? The only reason, the thing that wins is intellect. And it'll win every single time. Well, it'll win a lot of the time.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
And if you're smart, you can figure out a way
to overcome the toughness.
To be tough. Yeah, and not even necessarily
it's called
to
a firearm.
Make your body. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Like when you say, am I tougher than a gorilla, we'll say. Well, in a way, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
If I have a shotgun.
yeah, or if I have anything, anything that I think up to build or buy,
Yeah.
because of other people like me thought it up and I used their knowledge, because I was that smart to do it.
Which goes back to the original question, or what question we answered a little while ago about college. Like, go to college and improve your smartness. Get smarter.
Yeah, the smarter.
That's why I always say that on the podcast. I'm not always talking about being stronger and faster and bigger and tougher. I'm always talking about you got to be smarter too. No doubt about it.
Yep.
The success I've had from my life is zero of it. Just about zero of it has come from anything physical or being tough. Now, there is a mental toughness that does help you when you are doing intellectual things.
Yeah.
I mean, I can force myself to do some intellectual goals or some intellectual challenges that if I didn't, tough isn't the best word, but if I wasn't mentally tough, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Right. Yeah, but if you're smart enough,
you're
you
smart,
can figure out
a
ways
way.
to get mentally tough. Like
Yes.
if you're like, hey, I know I'm not mentally tough. I'm smart enough to know I'm not mentally tough or I'm not physically
Yeah.
tough. Let me figure out a way to get I'll figure out a good workout program.
Who
for
would
my
you rather
toughness.
be? The guy that is really tough and can stay in cold water for 45 minutes? Or the guy that invents a wetsuit like Jack O'Neill? And I can stay in the water for unlimited amount of time now.
Yeah, there you go.
Case in point, Jack O'Neill, keeping it real.
Boom.